Sell or be banned. The White House is calling on TikTok's Chinese parent company to divest its stake in the company or face a possible U.S. ban. NewsNation's Sloan Glass is live outside of TikTok headquarters in New York City. So, Sloan, lawmakers continue to raise a number of concerns about this app.
Exactly, Nichole. This is just an escalation of those concerns and the talks that have been happening between TikTok and the U.S. government for years. Both the Biden and Trump administration have wanted the app's Chinese owners to sell their stakes to an American company or be banned. But what would an actual ban of the platform look like? The answer to that is a bit mysterious.
When the Trump administration sought to force a sale, it was halted by federal courts. For 2 years, TikTok has been negotiating with the Committee on Foreign Investments in the U.S. to secure data. Now, for the first time, the Biden administration has explicitly threatened to ban the app.
We don't normally order apps to be removed. It sounds a lot more like what China has done in the history of Chinese internet regulation. It's not the normal way that the U.S. has approached these questions.
But neither party wants to appear weak on China.
They can collect our data, manipulate information, poison the minds, and feed garbage into the minds of millions of people.
Billed as the #1 must-have app on the iPhone App Store. If TikTok does not divest from its Chinese owner, ByteDance, there is a possibility it would disappear from all app stores.
So they couldn't have a contract with a ByteDance or TikTok, and so they wouldn't be able to upload the app to their store to allow it to be downloaded. So it'd stop all downloads.
But how likely is that scenario? Anupam Chandler is a law professor at Georgetown University. He says the timeline for a ban is not clear-cut or overnight.
This is not something that's a done deal. No president has essentially the power to say this foreign publisher is gone with a wave of their hand.
It is likely that a ban would be stuck in litigation for years. If it did go into effect and the app stores lost their contracts, TikTok, unable to conduct any updates, would potentially stop working on any device that already has it downloaded. And it's to be expected that if the app detected a U.S. IP address, it would block you. There's also the financial loss.
Advertisers could not buy services, could not buy advertising on the app, which means that there would be no money to support TikTok's operations.
In response, TikTok has said that a forced sale would not help with any perceived security concerns. Next week, the company's CEO is set to testify in front of Congress for the first time. Nichole?
All right, so Sloan, that will be the first time the CEO of the company is testifying before Congress. So what can we expect?
Because this is the first time, he's going to be grilled with these questions about security concerns. And this is an opportunity where we believe he will try to appease the American public and make them feel safe on the app. There are 100 million users and it's growing. So it's in both parties' best interest to keep it a safe platform.
Absolutely, because so many people have it on their phones. All right. Thank you, Sloan. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.